region.
Nathan, you're on mute.
Okay. Wow. So first of all, I just want to welcome everybody to the morning inspiration call.
Jadi pertama-tama saya ingin ucapkan selamat datang pada teman-teman yang sekarang hadir di Morning Inspiration Call.
So it's the evening inspiration call here. I'm on the East Coast of the U.S., so the time zone's a little bit different.
What time is it there now?
It is 10:15 p.m.
Oke, jadi kalau di kita itu panggilan inspirasi pagi, kalau di Nathan malam, karena di sana jam 10 malam.
So obviously today's Thursday, so it's a leadership day, and we want to talk about leadership during uncertain times.
Jadi seperti biasa, Kamis adalah hari leadership. Nah, kali ini kita akan bicara tentang leadership di masa-masa yang penuh tantangan.
So obviously this is it's an important topic during this time in our lives at the moment, because there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anxiety in what people are dealing with every day.
Jadi ini adalah topik yang penting karena ini adalah masa di mana penuh dengan kecemasan, penuh dengan rasa takut, penuh dengan rasa keterbatasan dengan apa yang saat ini sedang terjadi.
And a lot of that, the fear and the anxiety that people are feeling is because of this level of uncertainty.
Jadi rasa takut, rasa khawatir yang ada itu erat sekali hubungannya dengan hal-hal yang sangat tidak pasti saat ini.
And the uncertainty that people are experiencing is not just with the coronavirus, right? It bleeds into everything that we're doing, our relationships with our family members, our personal relationships. So it's very important for us to be able to deal with uncertainty so that we can deal with what's going on in the world and also in our business.
Jadi sebenarnya ketidakpastian ini nggak hanya berhubungan dengan coronavirus dan bisnis, tapi juga ke relationship, ke hubungan dengan anak-anak, pasangan. Itu kenapa penting banget untuk kita bisa memetakan dan kemudian mengatasi ketidakpastian ini.
So here's a quote by Albert Einstein, right? A lot of people know Albert Einstein, and he said that in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity.
Jadi ini adalah quote dari Albert Einstein. Pasti semua udah kenal siapa Albert Einstein. Dia bilang, can you repeat the quote?
In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity.
Di tengah-tengah kesulitan ada kesempatan.
Can you guys see my screen?
No.
Yeah.
It's still, sorry. Wait, I only see you.
Okay, you might have
not your screen.
If you're on your phone, you might have to scroll.
Yeah.
Can you see it, Mia?
To speak. And
Sorry?
to the right, it's people.
Can everybody else see my screen?
Okay, I see your screen.
I can see.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't think that he uses the word middle here by accident.
Saya kira Albert Einstein memakai kata-kata di tengah itu bukan secara kebetulan.
So I really believe that what this means is that it's not just in difficulty lies opportunity, but it's really in the middle of it, right? So you have to be really actively engaged in what's happening in order to be present to an opportunity or a new possibility.
Jadi sebenarnya arti kata di tengah-tengah ini nggak cuma berlaku untuk di tengah-tengah kesulitan, tapi secara general dalam keadaan apapun kita harus bisa melihat ke kemungkinan atau kesempatan-kesempatan yang ada.
So, for example, you can have a difficult time or a crisis like we're dealing with, right? But if you're just sitting on the sideline and you're just kind of at home paralyzed doing nothing, then there's not going to be an opportunity, right? So when he says in the middle of the difficulty, it means you have to be actually in the game looking for it.
Oh, oke. Jadi artinya adalah sebenarnya kayak situasi sekarang nih, kita kan dalam masa kesulitan, tapi kalau kita cuma berdiri di pinggir jalan, cuman jadi penonton, cuman diem, kita nggak akan dapat apa-apa. Tapi kalau kita, kalau bahasanya Nathan, in the game. Jadi kalau kita aktif melakukan sesuatu dalam situasi apapun, maka kita akan banyak melihat kesempatan.
So this is the mindset that we really want to take as well, right? So Napoleon Hill is the author of a book called Think and Grow Rich.
Jadi ini ada satu kutipan lain dari Napoleon Hill, penulis buku Grow and Think Rich.
And that the book Think and Grow Rich was like the manual that a lot of the personal development speakers like Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Les Brown, a lot of the big speakers that people know now, they all call that book like the Bible, the book that they read.
Jadi buku Think Grow Rich sendiri itu kayak Bible-nya orang-orang yang sekarang kita kenal sebagai guru di personal development, kayak orang-orang kayak Jim Rohn, Tim Robbins, Tony Robbins. Mereka tuh nyebut Think Grow Rich ini kayak Bible-nya mereka.
And in that book, he said that every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries within it the seed of an equal or greater benefit.
Jadi di buku itu Napoleon Hill bilang setiap kesulitan, setiap kegagalan, setiap ini nggak tahu ya, heartache apa sakit jantung, mungkin sesuatu yang bikin shock itu sebenarnya membawa bibit-bibit dari perubahan yang menuju kebaikan.
So these two quotes are really the mindset that I want us to keep in mind as we go through how to lead in uncertain times. This is the mindset, understanding that every difficult situation that we deal with also has the opportunity for a new possibility within it.
Nah, jadi ini adalah mindset yang pengen Nathan yang Nathan ingin kita semua punya, bahwa di setiap kesulitan sebenarnya ada potensi untuk perubahan ke arah yang lebih baik.
So this was this came from an article from Forbes magazine. Some of you might know Forbes, one of the biggest business magazines in the world, and they recently did an article on the coronavirus where they talked about how it was this incredibly anxiety-producing crisis that we're dealing with, and at the same time, all these new opportunities were arising because of the situation that we're in.
Jadi Nathan akan ngebahas artikel di majalah Forbes, salah satu majalah ekonomi terkenal di dunia, di mana di situ disebutkan bahwa semua yang terjadi ini kan banyak menimbulkan anxiety, ketidakpastian. Padahal juga di dalamnya tuh ada kemungkinan-kemungkinan baru, peluang-peluang baru.
And if you look at the history in the article, they go through the history of some of the biggest companies in the world, like Walmart, Coca-Cola, IBM. Some of the biggest companies in the world were all created during recessions.
Nah, jadi Nathan juga bilang sebenarnya beberapa perusahaan besar kayak Coca-Cola, Walmart itu lahir justru di tengah resesi yang besar.
So this is one of the things that we have to keep in mind, is that it's very important for us, right, to be able to stay grounded and be able to look for what's the lesson, what's the opportunity that is available in this crisis situation.
Nah, ini harusnya juga menjadi basic mindset kita bahwa yang kita lihat adalah apa sih peluang yang ada di dalam situasi yang sedang kita hadapi saat ini.
So, real leadership is defined in times of crisis, right? Not in the good times.
Jadi kepemimpinan sesungguhnya itu ditentukan dalam dapat dilihat dalam masa-masa krisis, bukan dalam masa-masa yang bagus.
It's very easy to lead when everything's going well, smooth sailing, everything's growing, there's no turmoil, but it's really when the difficult times come, when the crisis hit, where true leadership is really defined.
Jadi sebenarnya sangat mudah untuk memimpin di masa-masa yang bagus, lagi untung, tapi justru kepemimpinan sesungguhnya itu diuji saat ada masalah.
And oftentimes in these same situations, right, in these times of crisis or difficulty, is when leaders are born.
Nah, malah pada kenyataannya banyak leader yang justru lahir saat ada krisis.
And the reason for that is because you can see a lot of times leaders are born when an ordinary or an average person steps up in an extraordinary type of situation, a very difficult situation, and takes action.
Nah, biasanya leader ini lahir saat seseorang yang sebenarnya mungkin dilihat biasa-biasa aja, tapi dia kemudian mengambil peran dalam situasi yang tidak biasa dan dia take action.
So we've seen it in terms of our own leadership team within STI as well. It's in these moments when the difficulty comes, you can actually look and see who are the people that step up and put their hand up and say, I want to do more, I want to contribute. You know, these are the times when those types of opportunities to stand up and take on more responsibility arise.
Nah, ini juga sebenarnya terjadi di STI sendiri, di mana ketika terjadi sesuatu, ada orang-orang yang tunjuk tangan dan bilang, saya mau berpartisipasi, apa yang bisa saya lakukan, dan berkontribusi.
So for those of you who are out there, they're on the call, and you feel like you have a seed of greatness, or you feel like you have leadership qualities that you'd love to explore, you know, now's a really good time to reach out to one of the people that are in the mentorship team and let them know that you'd like to take on more responsibility.
Nah, tawaran dari Nathan adalah buat teman-teman yang ada di call ini dan ingin berpartisipasi, teman-teman bisa menghubungi mentornya dan bilang bahwa saya mau berpartisipasi lebih.
So the reason for that is because the crises don't create character. It actually reveals the character that's already there.
Jadi ini ada kutipan lagi dari Dennis Leary, dia bilang krisis itu tidak menciptakan karakter, tapi justru menunjukkan karakter. Jadi karakter orang itu bisa kelihatan saat ada krisis.
And my guess is if you look in your own life, you can see examples of this as well, right? Whenever things are not going well, you know, you can tell who your real friends are, right? The ones that stand by you when things don't go well. That's because when people are under pressure, you find out who they really are. You find out what their true colors are.
Nah, ini sebenarnya bisa kita lihat dalam kehidupan sehari-hari. Biasanya kan kita tuh bisa ngelihat teman sejati kita itu saat kita dalam kesusahan, karena kita bisa ngelihat aslinya orang itu saat orang itu dalam kesusahan.
And it's the same thing in this type of situation, right? When we have a really difficult time, that's when the leadership in people either contract, which means they shrink and they hide out and they go into fear and anxiety, or when they get under pressure, they really rise up and they rise to the occasion.
Nah, jadi ada orang-orang yang ketika under pressure tuh kelihatan karakter aslinya. Apakah dia orang-orang yang akan nyerah atau orang-orang yang akan justru bangkit.
So this is by Gabrielle Bernstein. She's one of my favorite authors. And she said that fear is often our immediate response to uncertainty. And there's nothing wrong with experiencing fear. The key is not to get stuck in it.
Nah, ini adalah salah seorang penulis yang juga Nathan suka, Gabrielle Bernstein. I think she was the one who wrote Course of Miracle.
She was a student. She was a student of Marianne Williamson, who's one of the main teachers. Yeah.
Oke, jadi Gabrielle Bernstein ini bilang rasa takut itu sering muncul sebagai respon terhadap ketidakpastian. Gak ada yang salah dengan merasa takut. Kuncinya adalah untuk nggak terjebak dalam rasa takut itu.
So I think we've all experienced fear in this situation, right? I mean, I had to fly back to America. I had to get, my wife is in India, so we literally had to split up, and it's been a difficult time for everybody. So when we say there's an opportunity in every difficulty, that doesn't mean that we're downplaying how difficult it is.
Jadi sebenarnya rasa takut ini dirasain semua orang. Nathan juga ngasih contoh apa yang terjadi sama Nathan sama Simar, bahwa mereka untuk sementara waktu tuh harus berpisah. Nathan harus balik ke Amerika, Simar harus balik ke India. Tapi dengan nggak takut itu nggak berarti meremehkan situasi yang ada, hanya nggak terjebak dalam ketakutan aja.
So this is an opportunity whenever you're in a situation where there's a lot of fear or there's a lot of anxiety. It's also a great opportunity for you to observe your own thoughts and to observe your own behavior.
Jadi sebenarnya masa ini juga bisa dipakai untuk kita semua melihat kembali, mengobservasi sebenarnya yang kita rasain apa, takutnya apa, apakah kita berhenti di rasa takut atau kok kita bisa keluar dari rasa takut itu.
And then we'll go through how you can change your fear into hope.
Dan di sini kita akan melihat nih bagaimana kita bisa beralih dari rasa takut ke harapan.
Because remember, fear is when you're focused on some sort of potential negative outcome in the future.
Jadi nanti kita akan lihat bahwa bedanya apa sih kalau takut itu fokusnya lebih ke apa yang negatif.
And hope, as I'll be defining it, is the ability to look into the future and observe a possible positive outcome. It's an active response to uncertainty where you can literally visualize a better future ahead.
Nah, sementara hope itu lebih ke bagaimana kita mampu melihat sesuatu yang lebih baik setelah ini, di balik semua ini.
So this is Maya Angelou. Maybe some of you might know. She's she's a very famous playwright. And she said that hope and fear cannot occupy the same space. So it's up to us to invite which one we want to stay.
Nah, ini adalah kutipan dari salah seorang penulis puisi favorit saya, Maya Angelou. Jadi Maya bilang, harapan dan ketakutan tidak bisa berada di satu tempat yang sama. Jadi pilih salah satu.
So it's very powerful to me because I believe, just like Gabrielle Bernstein said, fear is automatic, right? It's something that we all feel immediately when something scary happens. You don't really have a choice over the fear that comes, but you do have a choice as to whether you want to stay in the fear or whether you can choose to see it a different way.
Nah, jadi sebenarnya ini masih nyambung sama yang tadi Gabriel Bernstein bilang. Jadi sebenarnya ketakutan itu adalah sesuatu yang normal. Pasti muncul saat ada masalah, saat ada ketidakpastian. Tapi pilihannya ada di kita nih. Apakah kita mau stay di rasa takut itu atau keluar dan mencari harapan?
So one of the ways that you do this is by watching your language.
Nah, jadi satu hal yang bisa kita lakukan adalah dengan memperhatikan kata-kata kita.
So you can see there in that little piece of paper, right? It says I can't do it, right? And when you cut the piece of paper, it says I can do it.
Nah, jadi seperti teman-teman bisa lihat di gambar ini di kanan, tulisannya kan saya tidak bisa melakukannya. Tapi ketika digunting kata tidaknya, yang tersisa adalah saya bisa melakukannya.
And actually, Henry Ford, who was the founder of Ford Motors, is famous for saying that whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, you're always right.
Nah, jadi ini ada Henry Ford, dia foundernya Ford Mobil. Dia terkenal dengan kutipannya yang bilang bahwa kamu bilang bisa atau tidak bisa, kamu selalu benar.
And the reason for that is because language has power, right? So when you say, I can, it creates power in your body and it creates power in your mind and it gives you the ability to do things.
Nah, jadi sebenarnya ketika kita ngomong, itu kita tuh menciptakan energi. Jadi kita menciptakan energi, menciptakan kekuatan. Jadi ketika kita bilang bisa, ya kita bisa. Tapi ketika kita bilang nggak bisa, kita ya jadi nggak bisa.
And when you say you can't, it does the same thing, right? It makes you feel weak in your body. You're less strong physically. You're less strong mentally. And it's like when you give up in language, you also give up in life.
Nah, jadi sebenarnya kata-kata yang kita ucapkan itu sangat besar banget pengaruhnya. Ketika kita bilang bisa, kita kan kayak punya power. Tapi ketika kita bilang kita nggak bisa, kita jadi ngerasa lemah, nggak berdaya.
So when you can make these little shifts in language, it actually has a huge impact in reality.
Nah, sebenarnya saat kita memperhatikan atau mengganti kata-kata dan kalimat kita, ini impact-nya juga akan besar pada realitas kita.
So that's why I put the watch in parentheses, because sometimes people say, hey, watch your language. But when I say watch your language, I mean pay attention to your language. Pay attention to what's coming out of your mouth, because if you can alter that, you can make a change in your life.
Jadi Nathan tuh sering banget kalau lagi ngomong tuh juga ke saya bilang, hey Mia, watch your language. Sebenarnya nggak cuman untuk merhatiin kata-kata, tapi juga sadar apa yang mau diucapkan dan sadar bahwa apa yang diucapkan itu berpengaruh kepada apa yang kita rasain dan result.
And right now is a phenomenal example of this, right? If you look at the news media, you look on social media, you listen to the words that people are saying, a lot of the language that people use, it's all very fear-driven, it's very apocalyptic, it's very, very, it's very fear-based language.
Nah, kalau teman-teman mau perhatikan di masa resesi sekarang ini, kata-kata yang dipakai tuh kebanyakan tuh sama, dan mungkin mereka nggak sadar pakai kata-kata itu karena cuman kutip sana kutip sini atau forward berita ini berita itu.
And there's a recent book, I can't remember the name of the book now. It just came out recently, but there's a lot of scientific data that's showing that when you have a negative thought, right, it has a certain amount of power. But when you then take the next step and you speak it out in language, it has 10 times the amount of power between just thinking and then thinking and speaking.
Nah, kita kan dulu pernah ngebahas nih bahwa sebenarnya kata-kata itu punya energi kan. Sebenarnya ketika kita menggunakan yang energinya negatif, itu memang powerful. Tapi ketika kita menggunakan yang positif, itu 10 kali lebih powerful.
So it's okay to again, similar to fear, right? It's okay to have these thoughts because your brain is under pressure. But what you have control over is, do you speak it out, or do you have the thought and then you just cut it off?
Nah, sama aja seperti rasa takut, kata-kata yang negatif ini sangat mungkin sekali muncul. Tapi persoalannya adalah apakah kita sadar untuk kemudian tidak menggunakannya. Jadi pikiran jelek pasti ada di pikiran, tapi kita mau ucapin atau enggak.
You think about something like gossip, for example, right? You can have a certain thought about someone that maybe is not so nice, right? And maybe you don't really have a lot of control over that thought, but you have 100% control over whether you spread that thought around in language, and then it takes on a whole different life of its own. Whereas if you would have just kept that to yourself, it would have died.
Nah, jadi mulai sekarang setiap ada pikiran jelek itu muncul, coba disadari dan dipilih apa yang mau dikeluarin. Karena apa yang kita keluarin nanti apa yang akan terjadi.
So when we say that language has the power, words have the power to create, that's what we mean. You have thoughts. And if you express your thoughts in language, it actually creates something out in the world.
Nah, urutannya kan kayak gitu nih. Kita punya pemikiran. Terus pemikirannya itu kita ucapkan dengan kata-kata. Nah, ketika kita ucapkan, itu bisa menciptakan reality kita, menciptakan sesuatu.
So I want everybody to start practicing really paying attention to not only your thoughts, but what you're saying. And is what you're saying create more fear, or does it create a different possibility?
Nah, mulai sekarang tawaran Nathan adalah kita perhatikan sekali apakah pikiran-pikiran dan ucapan kita itu menciptakan ketakutan atau menciptakan kemungkinan.
So problems are rarely as bad as we think, or precisely as bad as we think.
Jadi ini ada satu quote lagi dari Ryan Holiday. Jadi problem itu sebenarnya jarang banget seburuk yang kita pikir. Atau mereka nggak seburuk yang kita pikirkan.
Does that make sense to you, Mia?
Yes.
Yeah, so things
It's not that bad.
Yeah, things in reality are they're not as bad as we think, right?
Yeah.
But what he's saying is on the flip side of that, they're exactly as bad as we think, right? Because it's what we think that actually makes it so.
Jadi sebenarnya tuh sederhananya gini, itu nggak seburuk yang kita pikir gitu. Jadi ini kayak dua mata uang. Kalau kita pikirin buruk ya buruk, padahal kan kenyataannya nggak seburuk yang kita pikirin. Jadi yang sebenarnya yang bikin lebih buruk itu pikiran kita.
Actually, and those of you who know Shakespeare said the exact same thing in I think Hamlet, where he said that things are neither good nor bad. It's our thinking that makes it so.
Jadi Shakespeare juga pernah bilang bahwa sesuatu itu nggak buruk dan nggak juga baik. Dia akan jadi buruk atau baik seperti yang kita pikirin aja.
So the next thing is focus, right? It's what we're focusing on.
Jadi hal berikutnya adalah fokus. Apa yang kita mau fokuskan?
So this one is also really important, right? So I talk to people every day when it comes to the business, and I can see a huge difference in the results that people are getting based on what are they focusing on each day.
Nah, ini yang sering Nathan lakukan ke orang-orang yang dia mentor ini. Apa yang kamu fokus tiap hari? Hello, Nathan, we lose you.
No, I'm still here. I was just muting some.
Okay.
Somehow some people were able to get unmuted. Or that coming from your background, Mia? So anyway, we all have different things that we can focus on every day, right? So we want to focus on only the things that we have control over instead of thinking about the things that we don't have control over.
Nah, kita kan sebenarnya banyak hal nih yang bisa difokusin. Mulai sekarang ajakannya adalah fokus pada hal yang bisa dilakukan daripada hal-hal yang memang nggak bisa di luar kontrol kita.
So you can only really focus on, you know, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 things at a time and really be effective.
Jadi fokuslah pada 1-2 hal setiap hari daripada mikirin banyak hal tapi terus akhirnya nggak fokus dan nggak ngapa-ngapain.
So during this time, one of the things that people are dealing with is their home, right? So they're not at work, and now they have, you know, there's a ton of things that they can focus on that they don't normally have to focus on.
Jadi sekarang ini kan orang semuanya di rumah. Nah, tawarannya adalah fokus dengan apa hal-hal yang bisa dilakukan dari rumah.
So it's very important that we control our ability to focus on a very finite amount of tasks.
Jadi penting sekali untuk bisa fokus pada hal-hal atau kerjaan-kerjaan yang bisa dilakukan dari rumah.
And, you know, most of us are not part of, you know, the decision making in the government or, you know, all of the things that are going around us. And so we can become very easily distracted by all of these things that are going on in our lives.
Dan karena kita bukanlah orang-orang yang ada di pemerintahan, gampang sekali kita terdistraksi untuk mikirin hal-hal yang sebenarnya bukan tanggung jawab kita, bukan tugas kita.
But the general rule is if you can't control it, it's not worth your focus.
Jadi kuncinya gini, kalau itu di luar kuasa kita, nggak ada untungnya juga dipikirin.
So this is another quote by Ryan Holiday. He wrote one of my all-time favorite books called, the book is called The Obstacle is the Way. And in that book, he says, the obstacle that's in the path becomes the path. And never forget that within every obstacle is an opportunity to improve our condition.
Jadi ini ada satu kutipan lagi dari buku yang ditulis oleh Ryan Holiday, salah satu favorit Nathan juga. Bukunya adalah The Obstacle in the Path. Jadi kutipannya adalah halangan atau hambatan di satu jalan itu bisa menjadi jalan itu sendiri. Jangan lupa, di dalam setiap hambatan ada kesempatan untuk memperbaiki kondisi kita.
So the point here is that difficult situations, right, and these times that are challenging, we don't want to avoid them, because it's actually in those challenges, it's in these difficult times which is the fuel for our growth. So instead of an obstacle being something that you want to avoid, the obstacle actually becomes the thing that you seek out.
Nah, jadi dalam situasi kayak gini di mana yang kelihatannya kan cuman masalah hambatan. Nah, daripada dihindari, mulai dilihat bahwa hambatan itu sebagai jalan keluar.
So this says ordinary people shy away from negative situations, just as they do with failure. They do their best to avoid the trouble. What great people do is exactly the opposite, right? They're the best in these situations. They turn personal tragedy or misfortune, or really anything, into their advantage.
Wait, this is very long. I'll try to.
Sorry.
Jadi, saya coba pelan-pelan ya. Jadi, orang-orang biasa menghindar situasi negatif sama seperti mereka menghindari kegagalan. mereka melakukan yang terbaik untuk menghindari masalah. Orang-orang hebat lakukan adalah kebalikannya. Mereka menjadi terbaik di dalam situasi-situasi seperti ini. Mereka mengubah tragedi mereka atau kegagalan mereka menjadi sesuatu. Jadi mereka mengambil kebaikan dari apapun yang terjadi. I hope I did justice to the translation.
The idea is really the same though, right? It's in these difficult times where if you step up, you will get the reward. So don't shy away.
Jadi intinya sebenarnya sama. Kalau kita mau maju aja, kita akan mendapat keuntungan dari situasi ini.
Because actually, if you think about it, when things are going really well, it's very difficult to grow. There's very little opportunity for growth when things are going well, everything goes as planned, like that, right? It's very, very, very difficult, maybe impossible to actually grow. Maybe you can get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. But when you hit adversity, that's the time where growth is really accelerated.
Jadi sebenarnya dalam situasi baik-baik aja, kita mungkin bisa berkembang. Tapi sebenarnya kalau kita bisa berkembang dalam situasi yang susah, sebenarnya kita tuh berkembangnya jauh lebih dari kalau kita ada dalam situasi biasa-biasa aja.
So this is some more practical examples, right? So are you somebody that sees the problems, or are you somebody that focuses on solutions? Are you somebody that looks for opportunities?
Nah, ini adalah satu latihan yang bisa kita lakukan nih. Apakah kita adalah orang-orang yang cuma fokus di masalah, atau orang-orang yang dari masalah kemudian mencari kemungkinan-kemungkinan baru?
And I really believe that this is one of the key characteristics that separates leaders from other people, is perspective.
Dan Nathan sangat percaya bahwa apa yang membedakan orang dengan pemimpin adalah perspektif mereka ketika melihat sesuatu.
So if you look at the first thing, right? Oh, I'm stuck at home. It's like, yeah, you have the opportunity to be safe in your house and spend time with your family. That's such a gift.
Nah, ini contohnya yang pertama. Saat sekarang kita diminta social distancing, kita bisa bilang, aduh gila, gue stuck di rumah. Tapi sebenarnya di sisi ekstrim lain, kita bisa mikir, saya aman di rumah dan saya bisa meluangkan waktu bersama keluarga.
So the second one says, I will get sick, right? If we go back to the power of language, right? What are the chances? The chances of, if you just go around saying, I'm going to get sick, I'm going to get sick, I'm going to get sick,
you're
going to get sick. You're going to get sick, man. But if you say, hey, listen, I don't have control over that stuff, but what I do have control over is I'll self-isolate, I'll wash my hands, and this will significantly decrease my chances of getting sick.
Sama nih kayak yang nomor 2. Dengan situasi virus di mana-mana, segala macam, kita bisa aja bilang, saya akan sakit nih, saya akan sakit nih, saya akan sakit nih. Nah, kenyataannya adalah ketika kita pasrah dan ngomong saya akan sakit, kita nggak akan ngapa-ngapain dan bisa jadi nanti jadinya sakit. Tapi ketika mindset-nya berubah, jadi bilang, saya akan tinggal di rumah, saya akan cuci tangan saya akan jaga kebersihan, itu akan kemungkinan terjangkit sakitnya menjadi kecil karena kita udah menjaga diri sendiri.
The next one says, I will run out of items at home during isolation, right? This is what has people go out and buy, 400 rolls of toilet paper. And then the reframe, right? It's called a positive reframe, is I've prepared for this, right? And I will use my items wisely, and I have everything that I need for now.
Nah, ini yang terjadi beberapa minggu lalu. Kayak kalau kita bilang, saya akan kehabisan persediaan selama isolasi. Jadinya orang panik dan sampai kemarin yang terjadi di hampir seluruh dunia, kecuali di Indonesia ya, kekurangan tisu kamar mandi. Padahal kalau setiap orang berpikir, saya sudah menyiapkan semuanya dan saya akan memakainya dengan hati-hati, saya punya semuanya yang saya butuhkan. Nah, dengan cara pikir ini, Beda, yang sebelah kiri menciptakan kepanikan, yang sebelah kanan kan menciptakan ketenangan.
And if you just look at the last one, right, it says there's too much uncertainty right now, right? And the positive reframe is, while I can't control the situations around me, I can control my actions, right? Doing breath work, calling loved ones, getting enough sleep and proper nutrition, prayer, doing activities I love at home, all this will help during this time.
Nah, yang terakhir nih kayak, wah, ada banyak ketidakpastian saat ini. Itu yang mindset sebelah kiri, yang fixed mindset. Sementara yang di kanan adalah, sementara saya nggak bisa kontrol situasi di sekitar saya bisa kontrol sikap saya, apa yang saya lakukan, kayak latihan pernafasan, telepon orang yang saya sayang, tidur cukup, makan yang benar, berdoa, melakukan aktivitas yang saya suka di rumah. Sebenarnya itu semua tersedia kalau memang perspektif kita mikirnya ke sana.
Now let's look at some of the concerns that people have talked about so far for the business, right? So you can't meet people in person anymore.
Nah, sekarang kita balik nih. Kalau situasi-situasi ini kita terapkan di bisnis kita. Misalkan pemikiran negatifnya, saya nggak bisa ketemu orang.
Yeah, it's like, oh, how can I grow my business? I can't meet people in person. I can't pick up orders at the office for my customer and go send them anymore.
Ya, misalkan, aduh,
I
saya nggak bisa
can't do
ketemu
health
orang
check
nih.
events.
Saya nggak bisa ambil barang di kantor, saya nggak bisa bikin health check.
So instead of that, right? Yeah, you can't meet people in person, but what a great opportunity to learn how to build my business online.
Nah, kalau kita memakai perspektif lain, wow, ini adalah saat yang tepat untuk belajar bangun bisnis saya online.
And instead of worrying about whether you can pick up the orders at the office for your customers, you can change this and turn this into a great opportunity to teach your customers and to teach your team members how to order online for themselves.
Nah, sekarang kan kita lagi nggak bisa ngambil barang nih di kantor. Ini adalah kesempatan yang bagus untuk mulai mendidik team member atau klien untuk order online. I did that.
It's happened to me so many times. I was laughing with Simmer the other day. We have so many customers who we have trained to rely on us, you know, and then we get frustrated sometimes when people are calling saying, hey, can I get this? Or can I get that? Or can I get this? And we're the ones that have trained them to rely on us. And now that this situation has happened, they can't rely on us anymore. So we've actually had to teach them how to order online, send the emails. And I just thought to myself the other day, this is like such a blessing in disguise, because now we're actually training people how to run their own business.
Yeah, exactly my experience. Jadi Nathan tuh cerita, Nathan sama Simar tuh udah kayak selama ini bikin klien-kliennya tuh percaya bahwa mereka tuh bisa ngurusin semuanya. Nah, ketika ini terjadi, justru akhirnya mereka mau nggak mau harus jadi ngajarin timnya dan kliennya untuk order sendiri ke kantor. Dan ketika ini dilakukan, mereka baru sadar, ya ampun, ternyata enak banget ya kalau kita ngajarin klien-klien kita kayak gini, jadi kita nggak repot sendiri. Ini seperti yang terjadi sama saya beberapa hari lalu, di mana sepupu saya minta suplemen banyak, biasanya pasti selalu saya beliin. Akhirnya saya ajarin dia untuk, karena dia online nggak mau, akhirnya saya ajarin dia untuk kirim email aja ke customer service. Kirim email kan masih sesuatu yang sederhana. Dan ketika itu terjadi, saya yang, ya ampun, 2 tahun ngurusin ordernya dia tiap bulan, padahal dia bisa ngurus sendiri gitu, kayaknya lega banget. Jadi salah satu hal yang bisa kita, ini namanya adalah kayak yang tadi Nathan bilang, opportunity, possibility baru yang akhirnya kita bisa lihat di masa-masa di mana ada situasi yang nggak enak.
And the last one, right? I can't do health checks, but now you can learn how to do online parties, right? That Simmer was talking about before, and you can learn how to make recommendations based on people's goals instead of just relying on the health check machine, right? Because
nah, ini juga yang
we never
Ini juga yang
we didn't have the health check machine in the beginning, right? So that it's not like you can't do this business without having that little health check machine. Now you can learn all of the things that the health check machine was preventing you from learning.
Nah, ini juga sekarang kan kayaknya, aduh gimana bisa orang-orang belanja, kan nggak ada health check. Sementara seperti yang udah Simar sampaikan 2 minggu lalu, kita bisa bikin online party dan kita bisa kasih rekomendasi berdasarkan goal-nya mereka. Dulu-dulu juga saat mereka mulai bisnis ini, mereka nggak punya mesin health check dan bisnisnya jalan-jalan aja gitu. Jadi memang fasilitas atau teknologi mempermudah, tapi bukan berarti kita tergantung pada hal-hal itu.
Yeah, the reality is that, obviously this is not it's a terrible situation, that's happening in the world. But in terms of what's happening within our USANA business, I think it's actually done a huge service to all of us, because network marketing is going in the direction of everything being done online. And for many people, I don't want you to be afraid of learning how to use Zoom and how to use WhatsApp calls and how to use social media and how to do all these different things, because it's preparing you for the future. So this is a real blessing.
Jadi intinya adalah Nathan menawarkan kepada kita untuk melihat ini sebagai blessing, sebagai berkah, atau kalau kita bilang hikmahnya tuh apa? Karena dengan situasi seperti ini, kita justru sedang bergerak menuju network marketing yang sesungguhnya, di mana semuanya dilakukan secara online.
So like we said before, it's really about perception, right? It's your ability to perceive things. And one of the things, again, that leaders are very, very good at, that separate them, is the ability to not get sucked into the drama of what's happening, but to be able to take a step back and observe the situation clearly.
Jadi sebenarnya tawaran dari Inspiration Call ini adalah kita jangan terjebak di dramanya, jangan terjebak di masalah yang terjadi dan drama-dramanya, tapi step back, mundur, dan kita lihat dengan jelas nih.
And based on being able to take a step back and seeing the whole picture, right? Leaders have the ability to take that clarity and to take that perspective and cast a vision for the people that are in their organization so that they can see a different future.
Jadi ini tantangan dari kepemimpinan sebenarnya, karena dalam situasi seperti ini, leader itu bisa mundur, kayak yang tadi bilang step back, lihat dengan jelas apa sih yang terjadi, dan kemudian bisa ngelihat visi ke depan apa, yang kemudian bisa menginspirasi timnya untuk berbuat sesuatu.
Because if you think about it, if you've ever been in those experiences where you're in a lot of fear or you're in a lot of anxiety, you feel like you're right just in the middle of that situation. It's very hard to think about anything clearly or to see anything other than what's happening right in front of you, right? But when you get that, when you're able to take a step back, you can see, oh my God, it wasn't nearly as big of a deal.
Nah, jadi kan kadang-kadang kita nggak bisa melihat sesuatu kalau kita ada di tengah-tengahnya. Yang kelihatan cuman chaos-nya, masalahnya, dramanya. Tapi ketika kita mundur, bisa kelihatan bigger picture-nya apa, kemudian bisa melihat sebenarnya yang bisa dilakukan apa sih.
And this is really one of the biggest gifts of leaders, is having that empathy and being able to really sort of like put your arm around somebody and just take a step back and say, hey, listen, I understand what you're going through. I understand what you're dealing with, but just be with me for a second and let's see if we can take a look at it in a different way and get the person literally to see the situation in a totally different light. can be totally transformative for somebody.
Nah, sebagai leader ini adalah saatnya kita untuk kalau tim kita kayak ngerasa stuck di masalah, kita ajak dia untuk mundur. Untuk mundur, kemudian melihat apa sih sebenarnya yang terjadi. Jangan cuman berkubang di masalahnya aja, tapi kemudian mencari solusinya.
So this says that where the head goes, the body follows. Perception precedes action, right? So perception comes first. So right action follows from the right perspective.
Jadi ini satu lagi yang bisa kita jadiin pegangan nih. Di mana kepala pergi, di situ badan ikut. Maksudnya apa? Persepsi kita itu kemudian menciptakan tindakan. Jadi tindakan yang benar itu sebenarnya mengikuti perspektif yang benar. Jadi awalnya itu dari kepala dulu, awalnya dari perspektif dulu.
So here's the question, right? What is it that your teams need in this time?
Nah, ini adalah pertanyaan. Apa sih yang dibutuhkan tim saya saat ini?
So the main things that people need in this time that is your responsibility as a leader to provide is certainty, clarity, and simplicity.
Jadi ini adalah 3 hal yang dibutuhkan oleh tim kita. Kepastian, kejelasan, kesederhanaan.
So certainty, so maybe you've heard the phrase that certainty transfers, right? So when someone speaks and they speak with certainty, it instills belief in you, right? Whether it's true or not, sometimes people that are the best, the people that are the most persuasive, are they're people that are so certain in what they're saying that it makes you believe what they're saying.
Jadi ini adalah satu hal yang penting yang harus disadari oleh seorang pemimpin. Kepastian itu akan nular. Jadi kadang-kadang kadang-kadang orang tuh percaya sama apa yang dikatain tergantung gimana cara ngucapinnya. Jadi harus ada video elaborate first and then I translate.
Sorry, you want me to elaborate?
Yeah, I mean there is the next sentence. They need confidence instill.
Oh yeah. So what that means is they need confidence, right? And the way that you instill confidence in someone is through your certainty. So they need to know, for example, that there is a way, there's a path ahead, right? And that they're headed in the right direction. They need to know that so that they can feel also certain about where they're going.
Oke. Nah, jadi ini kan situasi sekarang lagi nggak jelas nih, tapi selama kita sebagai leader itu bisa punya kejelasan nantinya ujungnya tuh gimana sih? Kalau kita melakukan ini, kita akan menuju arah yang benar. Itu penting banget buat tim. Walaupun situasinya masih uncertain, selama kita bisa memberikan kepastian bahwa kita jalan ke arah yang benar, itu akan bisa bikin tim kita tenang.
And the second thing is clarity, right? They need to be able to see the pathway that's ahead of them and not have their vision clouded by fear and anxiety.
Nah, ini soal kejelasan. Jadi, tim itu perlu untuk bisa ngelihat jalannya tuh ke depan kayak gimana. Jadi, tugas leader adalah untuk bikin mereka bisa ngelihat jalan ke depan. Karena saat ini, vision-nya itu kabur, ketutup sama ketakutan, ketutup sama kecemasan. Jadi mereka butuh bantuan untuk ngelihat jalan ke depannya kayak gimana.
So what they need is authority, and they need someone to guide them. They need someone that's going to take their hand and say, hey, it's okay, follow me. And someone that's willing to really guide them.
Nah, jadi saat ini yang mereka butuhkan adalah orang yang akan gandeng mereka dan guide mereka menuju jalan yang ke depan.
And then the last thing is simplicity, right? In a time like this, when most people are confused and they're feeling anxious and they're feeling like paralyzed, then what they need is simplicity. They need to know exactly what they need to do step by step like that, right? And that's why I said you never want to focus on more than between 1 and 3 things at any given time, because confusion creates inaction.
Jadi yang ketiga adalah kesederhanaan. Jadi jalannya tuh harus jelas, simple. Jangan fokus lebih dari 3 hal pada saat yang sama, karena kebingungan biasanya bikin orang nggak ngapa-ngapain.
You got that?
Yes, confusion create inaction.
Yes, always. So a leader is someone. A leader is someone who knows the way, who goes the way, and shows the way.
Jadi pemimpin adalah seseorang yang tahu jalannya, menjalani itu, dan menunjukkan jalannya.
So what does this mean? It means you lead by what?
Example.
You lead by example. Good, Mia.
Artinya apa? Artinya kita mimpin dengan contoh.
Yeah, so in a time like this, more than ever, right, you really have to lead by example, you know, and that's what we've been trying to do in terms of our leadership group is, you know, have these calls every day, make sure that we're thinking clearly about the things that need to get done, and try to lead by example as much as possible, because, you know, that's what people need is that guidance.
Jadi itu yang sebenarnya sedang dilakukan oleh para tim leader dan production di STI untuk memimpin dengan contoh, memastikan bahwa semua yang kita punya, morning call segala macam, tetap jalan dalam situasi apapun.
I heard this phrase today, and I thought it was quite cute, so I'll share it with you guys. And that is that there's a crisis happening, right? So don't just go through it, right? Don't just go through the crisis like a raft on a wave, right? Just kind of like floating through it. Don't just go through it, grow through it.
Jadi Nathan baru dapat quote ini tadi pagi dan menurut dia ini cute. I'm surprised you used the word cute.
I don't know, it just what came out.
Jadi quote ini bilang jangan cuman bisa melalui itu, tapi berkembanglah bersamanya.
So within the difference is the difference between passive and being active, right? It's easy to go through something, which you just kind of let it happen to you. But growing through something means you embrace it, right? You take it and you pull it towards you and you make sure that you get the lesson that's there.
Nah, jadi apa sih bedanya ngelalui itu atau berkembang bersama itu? Kalau yang satu tuh lebih pasif, kayak ya udahlah ada kejadian ini gue jalanin aja. Nah, mungkin kalau go through it tuh kayak jalanin aja. Tapi kalau grow through it itu kayak sambil ngejalanin juga berkembang dan mendapat manfaat.
So this is the difference between passive and active, right? So in this time, the biggest mistake that I've seen people do is they're slowing down or they're stopping and they're starting to contract, right? That's what fear, if you look at any human or any insect or any biological creature, when they start to contract, right, they get smaller, they shrivel up when they're bracing for some sort of bad thing to happen.
Wow, this one hits me. Jadi ini bedanya nih, kalau kita sekarang mikir nggak usah berhenti, tapi slow down aja. Ini sebenarnya kita menjadi pasif. Ya, continue.
Sorry?
Continue.
Oh, okay. So obviously the opposite of that is when you understand all of the things that we've talked about today, what happens is you take a different approach, right? So something happens, right? Okay, You deal with it, you accept it, you embrace it. And the key is, if you're only focusing on the things that you can control, now you're moving forward. You just keep moving forward, and that allows you to create a whole different kind of momentum. And it allows you to put yourself in a position where you're expanding, right? You're preparing for the difficult times, and you're allowing it to help you grow.
Nah, di sisi lain, dalam situasi kayak gini, tetap maju, ciptakan momentum dan berkembang. Maybe in other words, in Asia work we use the word stretch.
Stretch, yep. Yeah, so you put yourself in a situation where the situation is stretching you instead of contracting.
Jadi ketimbang cuman melakukan apa yang udah dibilang mau dilakukan, justru mikir jauh ke depan. Apa ya? Kalau kayak karet kan kayak ditarik semelar-melarnya. Sampai semana sih saya bisa?
Because remember what we talked about earlier, right? Fear is focusing on, is projecting some sort of negative thing into the future, right? Whereas hope, you're projecting something positive into the future, a possibility. And when you're in a position where you're hopeful, then that creates action, it creates momentum, it creates that expansive type of energy.
Nah, kalau kita berangkatnya dari fear, yang dilihat kan ketakutan, keterbatasan. Sementara kalau kita melihat dengan kacamata harapan, yang dilihat adalah kesempatan apa, kemungkinan apa. Intinya menciptakan sesuatu.
So the last few things are really focused on what is required of you as a leader, okay? And the first thing that I think is the most important thing is that when you're thinking about what you need to do as a leader, the number one thing is make sure that you're serving your people.
Nah, jadi lebih jauh lagi soal leadership, terutama dalam masa seperti ini, sebagai leader itu kita cari cara gimana kita bisa membantu.
Because when you're focusing on yourself and you're worried about yourself, that's when the fear and the anxiety and all of those things kick in. But when you're in that service-oriented mode, right, and you're thinking about others, you're out of your head and you're into other people's worlds, then it takes away a lot of that fear and that anxiety, because the focus is not on you, it's focused on someone else and how you can serve.
Nah, jadi kalau fokusnya ke diri sendiri, biasanya yang terjadi adalah kita jadinya mikirin masalah. Tapi ketika kita fokusnya ke orang lain, kemudian yang terjadi adalah kita mikir gimana caranya bisa bantu ya. Jadi kita justru jadi nggak mikirin masalah kita sendiri.
And I chose this slide as well because I've had a couple people come to me and say that they don't want to be seen as someone who's like taking advantage of other people or, making money off of the coronavirus or something like that, right? And I think it's important to address that and to make sure that it's your intention that matters.
Jadi kenapa Nathan pilih slide ini? Karena ada beberapa orang yang datang ke Nathan dan bilang, saya nggak mau ngambil kesempatan nih dari keadaan coronavirus ini, kayak gitu. Nah, kemudian Nathan balikin lagi. Sebenarnya kuncinya adalah di intentionnya. Intentionnya apa? Menolong atau mengambil kesempatan?
Because the reality is, there's a lot of people out there that are suffering right now. They're afraid of their health. They're afraid of, their financial situation moving forward. They have a lot of really difficult things that they're dealing with. And for you not to offer them a solution because you're afraid to, look bad or whatever, is ultimately not a service mindset.
Karena pada kenyataannya di luar sana banyak banget orang yang butuh bantuan. Baik dari sisi kesehatan maupun dari sisi finansial. Sekarang orang tuh lagi nggak jelas situasinya, beberapa orang dirumahkan. Beberapa teman saya bingung karena mulai bulan depan gajinya akan dipotong. Gitu. Jadi sebenarnya kita bisa ngelihat ini sebagai kesempatan untuk ngasih possibility baru ke mereka.
So that's what you just have to check in with yourself. And, as long as you're coming from service, you're coming from love, then what you're doing is a real service to the people that are in need.
Jadi ini waktunya untuk cek ke diri sendiri. Coming from-nya dari mana? Coming from dari manfaatin keadaan atau coming from dari keinginan untuk menolong?
And that's what we mean by authenticity, right? So the authenticity means you're being transparent, you're being open, you're being honest, right? So a lot of us don't have all the answers, right? We don't really understand everything about the immune system. We don't understand about the coronavirus very well, to be honest, right? And so, but authenticity means being open, being honest, and just sharing the information that you do have.
Nah, kuncinya adalah kita harus otentik. Kenapa? Karena tadi contohnya kalau ngomongin coronavirus, kita kan nggak ngerti-ngerti banget soal coronavirus. Jadi ketika share juga jangan overclaim, jangan lebih-lebihin. Be otentik aja apa yang kita punya, informasi yang kita punya, apa yang kita mengerti di-share.
And that leads to the last thing, which is really leading from love. The reality is that we're all in this together, whether you're in America or Indonesia, or we have teammates, remember our STI families all over the world. We're in Australia, we're in Italy, we're in Germany, we're all over the world, and so the reality is that we're all in this together, and our focus and our goal should be to help people get through this situation, whether it's helping people get healthier or helping them find an opportunity when they're in fear, or helping your teammates who are scared because they don't know how they're gonna build their business, or whatever. Our focus has to be on the humanity of other people.
Nah, kemudian kuncinya adalah lagi-lagi balik ke love. Jadi coming from-nya tuh coming from-nya dari mana? Dari love, karena memang kita ingin membantu orang dari situasi di mana harus ekstra sehat, atau membantu orang yang pengen punya kesempatan baru. Kayak kita mulai pikirin apa yang bisa kita lakukan untuk orang, untuk tim kita, untuk teman kita, untuk saudara. Kayak tadi Nathan ngomongin bahwa Asia ini ada di seluruh dunia, dan ini adalah sesuatu yang nggak cuma dihadapi 1-2 orang aja, tapi memang dihadapi oleh seluruh dunia. Waktunya untuk step up.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter your race or your religion or your color or your ethnicity or any of those things, right? What we all share in common is our humanity, and love is always the appropriate response to that. And now more than any other time, people are in need of love.
Wow. Jadi balik lagi, apa sih yang orang butuhin di saat seperti ini? Kita kan semua mengalami hal yang sama. Sebenarnya nggak jauh-jauh, dan itu universal. Yang kita butuhin sebenarnya cinta. Dan mudah-mudahan apapun yang kita lakukan sekarang itu dasarnya dari cinta. Karena kita sayang sama keluarga. Kayak tadi malam saya akhirnya I wanna share what I did last night. Tadi malam akhirnya saya memberanikan diri untuk share ke keluarga besar, grup WhatsApp keluarga besar tentang Yusana. Dulu tuh fear saya lebih besar, karena nggak mau dimusuhin, nggak mau dicap MLM, saya nggak mau cerita. Akhirnya tadi malam tuh saya share, dan ternyata responnya bagus. Beberapa orang tanya, Kak, kalau vitamin buat anak-anak berapa? Di masa sekarang minimal yang harus diminum apa? I share that. I finally share to my big family, my grandparents' family about Yusana. Like I put away my fear of being judged, of I share about Yusana, and some people responded by, hey, what do you have for my kids, and in this situation what is the minimum supplement that we need to take, like
yeah.
so kayak
And all of that is made possible by caring more about them than you do about your own image, right? At the end of the day, that's what this is all about. It's about caring about other people more than you care about looking good or being liked or whatever. That's what being of service means.
Ya, jadi sekarang ini waktu yang tepat untuk ngalahin rasa takut dijudge, ngalahin rasa jaim segala macam. Kita percaya aja niat kita baik, bahwa niat kita mau nolong, niat kita mau share, karena di grup keluarga besar saya itu tuh banyak banget informasi yang simpang siur gimana harus menghadapi ini makan itu yang sebenarnya tuh salah gitu. Dan akhirnya karena saya takut nanti malah situasinya jelek, apalagi di keluarga saya banyak sejarah diabetes sama darah tinggi sama jantung, akhirnya saya share. Maksudnya udahlah terserah mau dimusuhin, mau dijudge, saya share. Dan akhirnya beberapa orang malah nanya, kakak, untuk si Afni umur segini minum apa? Minum Sanimal, harganya berapa kak? Harganya segini, bisa buat segini. Kayak gitu. Terus ya responnya akhirnya baik. Cuman kita juga balik ke diri kita juga, niat kita tuh apa sih, intention kita tuh apa.
So the last thing is that bad companies are destroyed by crisis, right? Good companies simply survive crisis. And great individuals, like great companies, find a way to transform that weakness into a strength.
Nah, ini lagi-lagi kutipan dari Ryan Holiday. Dia bilang, perusahaan yang buruk akan hancur karena krisis. Perusahaan yang baik akan survive. Nah, sama seperti perusahaan, orang-orang yang hebat akan menemukan cara untuk merubah kekurangan menjadi kekuatan.
And that's why I know, right? In after this is all said and done, some of the other teams will have gotten smaller. A lot of the other teams will have lost momentum. But the teams that really spend this time, taking the time, training their team, staying positive, doing all of these things, we will emerge stronger than when all of this happened.
Jadi ini adalah tantangan buat kita. Jadi ada tim yang akan hancur atau berguguran, tapi ada yang justru akan keluar menjadi lebih kuat. Dan STI akan memastikan bahwa kita semua bisa keluar dari situasi ini justru lebih kuat.
I mean, the reason why we have Charles, who's been on the last a couple of our webinars recently, he's going to do the leader story next Tuesday. Charles is going to come on and speak for us, is because because people are watching. They see what we're doing in STI because nobody else is doing these things, and so they see how that leadership translates into the results of the people that are in the organization. So that's one of the things that I want, sort of everybody left with, is that we know that there's a lot of crazy stuff going on and there's a lot of uncertainty going on in the world, but that, we want you guys to know that we're going to do everything that we can in our control, that's in our power, to make sure that when this is all said and done, we have the best trained, the most empowered team in Indonesia for sure.
Nah, jadi ada alasan kenapa beberapa call terakhir tuh general manager kita Bapak Charles hadir di sini. Karena kita mau kasih example ke dia bahwa ini yang kita lakukan untuk membuat tim kita kuat. Dan kabar baiknya adalah Pak Charles akan jadi pembicara di leader story hari Selasa minggu depan. Karena STI akan memastikan bahwa setelah ini selesai, kita nggak cuma survive the crisis, Tapi kita justru grow through it, berkembang bersama krisis itu. Kita menjadi lebih kuat. Buktinya kan yang saya lihat sekarang adalah beberapa leader kan ada di luar, tapi kita nggak tambah lemah. Kita tetap melakukan apa yang kita lakukan, malah kita akan melakukan hal lain yang tadinya nggak kita lakukan. Jadi itu salah satu proof bahwa kita nggak cuma ngejalanin aja, tapi kita justru berkembang. Kita merubah situasi yang penuh ketakutan dan penuh kecemasan ini menjadi kesempatan baru. Kesempatan apa? Justru kesempatan buat teman-teman nanti untuk melakukan presentasi tapi online. Dulu kita cuma punya healthy talk show seminggu sekali di kantor, tapi sekarang kita akan punya healthy talk show online. Artinya apa? Seluruh SCI di seluruh Indonesia bisa undang tamu ke situ. Jadi kita justru punya sesuatu yang lebih bagus dari yang kita punya dulu.
Luar biasa.
Yes, we are.
Yes. So that's it. You know, our goal is not to survive. Our goal is to thrive. So, you know, I just invite everybody that's on this call today to start to look at what's going on, not for the challenge, but for the opportunity, and really to make sure that you stay active, you're focusing on what you can control, you're staying positive, you're paying attention to your language, and you really, really take this time as an opportunity, not to just go through it, but to grow through it.
Nah, jadi tawarannya kepada seluruh tim SCI adalah nggak cuma bertahan di masa ini, tapi justru terbang. Nggak fokus ngelihat masalah, tapi ngelihat kesempatannya. Nggak slowing down, tapi create momentum. Lakukan apa yang sudah dilakukan, bahkan lebih dari yang sudah dilakukan. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I need this. I need this. Honestly, when I woke up, I was like, I think I'm gonna have a break for maybe 2 weeks, just to slow down and be at home, be with my kids. So it's like it's like a slap in my face.
Yes, the universe
wake up, Mia! Wake up, Mia!
The universe has delivered the message, sister.
I know, right away.
Okay, we have a couple.
Okay.
Deep said that we need to share about the event on the 28th. So we have the grand celebration online event that's happening in like 2 days. So everybody needs to really get out there and be sharing and sharing and sharing. It's open to guests.
Nah, jadi mau ngingetin bahwa tanggal 28 kita tetap ada grand celebration, dan kalau teman-teman lihat story-nya apa? Yusana